dot. We should have people, coming in through the links, and we'll get started because we're recording and we're live. So you guys let me know when you're ready and I will get myself going.
Perfect. I was getting live stream going. So if anyone got a notification, that is on. And Tina, I'll go ahead and do a screen share here and we will get your slides up and running. Awesome.
Well, I'll just do a quick introduction while she's doing that and, getting it ready. So I've been in the business 24 years and it has been a wild ride. I love real estate. I eat, sleep, and breathe real estate. And so, so this has been a really fun journey. And the neat thing about it is that I have started as a solo agent. I then went to a very small team and started that. And then now we have a team in Raleigh, North Carolina, that encompasses 60 people, and we'll do over 1,000 transactions. So we've really grown in the last, since 2014. So, so today I really want to get into the subject of leadership and leverage. And there's so many people that I talk to on a daily basis that say, I want to start a team. I just want to start a team. And I want to get myself in a position where I have some freedom. And so I think that, when you look at team building and you look at that sort of strategy, it's really hard. It's really hard at times. And I think a lot of times people will venture down that path without knowing what's ahead. And so we're going to talk about maybe some of the places that you should start, and then really where you can possibly grow with leverage through that team building journey. Anna, I don't see the slides, but I do have my slides that I can share if we're, oh, there we go. She's got them. Look at that. What a great tech crew. We're pivoting, people. We're pivoting. We went from having a wonderful, amazing venue to literally I'm sitting in my hotel room. Okay, we ready? Here we go. So, next slide, Miss Anna. All right. So I told you guys a little bit about my story. 24 years in the business. I started at 23 years old. My first 6 years, I always talk about the fact that, and maybe some of you all can relate, and you can put it in the chat box if you do relate. You start the business and you don't really have a mentor. You get your real estate license, and then you're like, now what? And so people for me, 24 years ago, they literally threw me a phone book at the time, of Yellow Pages, and they were like, call everyone you know. The first 6 years of my career was pretty much a mess. I felt like I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing every day. I didn't know what an entrepreneur in real estate did. I just sort of talked to friends and family. I love people, so I tried to network as much as possible. But I was 23 years old, and not a lot of people take you seriously. So I had to really work my way through that. In 2006, for me up in Michigan, the market started to crash. So everyone hears of the 2008 crash, but they forget that 2 years before that, it really started to crash. So I went from selling $150,000 homes to $80,000, $60,000 short sales. And so I was actually leaving the business because I thought, this is not good. This is not what I signed up to do. I came from a very poor family and I wanted to make money. That was literally my goal in life, is to not be poor. And so knowing that real estate was crashing, I was going to pivot, and I met a magical fairy, I call him, in 2008. And my magical fairy taught me how to have balance with process and to have time management skills. And so when I had those time management skills, I realized that training and coaching brought me to a place where I could have a duplicatable and sustainable system. With that system, I went from, earning 150,000 to 60,000 in the crash, but then with our magical fairy back up to 150. But I got myself out of that mindset where the day was happening to me and I was in control of the day. So with my coach, we decided we were going to move out of Michigan because it's cold and freezing there. And we wanted to start our life over with our 4-year-old somewhere warm. So we moved to North Carolina in 2009. The first year there, I used those same skills and I sold 33 properties. From there, we went to 55 properties the second year, not knowing anybody, mind you. So using these skills, and then to 85 properties and to 130 properties a year. So I suffered severe burnout by year 5. I was making over $1 million, but I thought, my God, I do not have leverage. This is not a life. I'm making great money, but I'm an entrepreneur. And I thought that, being an entrepreneur would give me some freedom. It gave me financial freedom, but it didn't give me time freedom. And that is where I want to talk about today. So next slide, Miss Anna. So when you think about the past, think about yourselves now in real estate. You are probably doing all of the jobs. So when it was just me, I was the listing coordinator, buyer closing coordinator, field work. I did signs and lock boxes in the freezing cold in Michigan. I was the ISA. I was prospecting every day to get customers. I was going on inspections. I was doing all the marketing. I was the sales trainer for myself. I had to go and figure out how to sell. So could I do all of it? Of course, all of us do, right? We're real estate agents, but could I do it efficiently? The answer is no. So I'm convinced, looking back through my real estate career, that I left millions and millions of dollars on the table because I didn't know how to leverage. I didn't know how to take the money that I was earning to invest it correctly to grow my business. Next slide, please. So when it was just me in the past, I felt like I was, I had this mantra. Oh, next slide, Miss Anna. My old mantra was, if it's to be, it's up to me. My coach sent me this little card, and she would say, when I was feeling down or I was feeling depressed because a seller didn't list with me or whatever the case may be, I would look at that little mantra and I would say, if it's to be, it's up to me. If it's to be, it's up to me. I'm a big believer in affirmations. I know it sounds woo-woo, but it really does work. And when I think about if it's to be, it's up to me, I would get ready every day and say, I'm a warrior for my family. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to stop because I want that big life. I had a clear vision of what I wanted my life to be like. And really, it was as simple as I want to go to the Banana Republic at the mall, walk in and not look at a price tag. Like, that's how simple the life that I wanted was. But to me, Banana Republic was like up here because we were shopping at yard sales for my clothes growing up. So now, next slide, Miss Anna. Now I have a different mantra, and my new mantra is, if it's to be, it's up to we. So I've realized that I can take knowledge and share that knowledge and grow other people and build careers for others and have staff that make a lot of money and are secure and build through people. And what that did for me was it shifted in my mind that you don't have to be alone. You're an entrepreneur. You didn't leave your previous job. If you think about your previous job, you didn't leave it to go to another job where you were shackled, and not only shackled all day long, because at least at your previous job, you had hours of operation, did we not? Who worked for a previous job? Put it in the chat box. Did you work a 9 to 5 before you got your real estate license? I'd love to know that. And did you come into real estate to get freedom? Because the people that are free in real estate, that don't have schedules, they don't treat this like a business. I hate to say this to you all, but a lot of them don't make a lot of money. And so when you come into real estate, you realize that, oh my God, this is a job. It's hard. And it's more than a 9 to 5. It's not a 9 to 5. It's an 8-day-a-week job, right? So thinking about leverage is key, or you will have this job till you're 75, because I have never been to a realtor's retirement party up until 4 years ago when I had a shift in my life. Now I'm seeing realtors retire all the time. In fact, I am now a retired realtor. So next slide, Miss Anna. So most of us, again, become entrepreneurs because we are a person who organizes and operates a business or businesses, taking on greater than normal financial risks in order to do so. We are the risk takers. All these people on the call, we're the risk takers. We started our business, we got our license, we said, I'm going to bet on me. But I believe right now there are 3 leverage pillars to this business that we have to master: systems, tech, and people. But 80% of the agents, they don't know how to leverage the third. So all of you have systems and processes for your sellers, you have systems and processes for your buyers, but you don't have systems and processes for people. How do I grow? So the first piece of leverage is in the secret sauce is getting the right people on the bus at the right time. So who is the first hire? Next slide, Miss Anna. Who is the next hire for your launch to grow? My feeling is that everyone says it's an assistant. I think that's fine. You can do that, but I think it's a little bit misguided if you're going to build a business. And I'll show you in the next slide why I think it's wrong. Next slide, Miss Anna. All right. So the key to the business, if you're growing, let's say you're an individual agent, the only time you need to grow a team or you need to start thinking about a business is when you know that you've reached your max capacity. Where is my max capacity? Is it 20 deals, 30 deals, 50 deals? If it's 50 deals or 40 deals or 30 deals, it's time to grow, have a growth partner. Your ISA, the inside sales associate, is the key to running a profitable business because they ensure your growth. So who is the ISA? That's us. Right now, it's you. If you put in the chat box that you spend 3 hours a day calling everybody you know and making 20, 30 contacts a day, every single day, and you never miss, put a yes in the box. I don't think we're going to get a lot of yeses. Probably out of the 50, 100 people that'll be watching this, there's probably 5 that do it like I did it. I got into my office every day. I was from 7:30 to 11 o'clock. I was on the phones making 30, 40 contacts a day. And then when I left and went and serviced those appointments, who was growing my business? Nobody. So a growth partner actually sits in that seat and grows your business for you while you are out doing other things. A growth partner is about $2,000 a month. They will call all your leads. They will call every day. They basically for 6 hours a day are calling to make you appointments. When you have those appointments, you go out on them. And then when you have too many appointments, guess what it's time to do? Next slide, please. It's time to grow a team. Eventually, when you have all those appointments, you're going to say, oh my God, this guy or gal is prospecting 6 hours a day, making me appointments. I can't service this. It's time for me to grow. I have too much opportunity. This is when it's time to bring on the growth partner. So next slide, please. So why do people fail at running teams? They're part-time leaders. When I say part-time leaders, that means I'm in production. I'm selling 30, 40 homes a year, and then I'm trying to grow a team. And it's really not great because I'm part-time. I'm trying to service all my clients and grow this business. A team is a second business. It's like an independent agent opening up a Dairy Queen. You don't have time to open a Dairy Queen. You're servicing this business. So next slide, please. When you are thinking about the growth vehicle of a business, I want you to think of team as separate. First is you individually, then is you with a growth partner, ISA, growing that appointment funnel for you. And there's so much more we can go into for that, but you're growing your appointment funnel. Once you have too many appointments, now it's time to build a team. You have opportunity, you have leverage, right? Maybe in that time you get your first buyer's agent, that's when you get an assistant, you get other people that are coming in. Now you have ways to grow. So we grew from myself to 62 agents, and we have those systems of growth every single day, and we'll sell 1,000 homes, and I'm out of the business. The day-to-day is out of. So we have that fully leveraged business. And not only did we build leverage with our personal team, but we built leverage through people. So when you think of a network, we have 1,200 people in our access group, in our network at my company. We're all at different companies, but at my company, we have a network. When you think of network, I want you to think of network radio, network TV. Building networks is huge. So that is another piece of leverage. Anna, I think I'm going over on time if I go past 9:15. Is that correct? I want to be mindful of our other speakers.
No, you have till 9:20. You keep going.
Oh, I'm good. Okay, so we're right on track then. Perfect. So when you think about leverage, again, you're an individual agent and you're like, I'm exhausted. I need leverage. Where do I go? Next hire, ISA, $2,000 a month, 5% override on all the appointments that they make you and they close. That is your key person, because when you leave the office or you leave your desk and you're not smile dialing and making a pile, you're not in business. You are servicing, and your business needs to grow every day. So you have to have an inside sales associate that you can teach to make the calls that you won't make, right? Because most of you won't make those calls every day consistently. Therefore, you have an inconsistent business. So we work hard for the money we make, and the goal is to buy back your time so you can put the proper leaders in place, the proper levers in place. And so you don't get stuck having one stream of income, which is you going out, exchanging time for money, belly to belly, right? So going to the next slide, I wanted to talk about most millionaires have 7 or more streams of income, and most millionaires know their net worth. I want all of you to write down an app called Mint. Mint is going to be your best friend, because Mint is going to track your net worth everything that you own or don't own, but start somewhere. Start really focusing on the fact that I knew that I wanted to become a millionaire, right? That was having a $1 million net worth. Now I want to be a multiple deca millionaire. That could be a $20 to $30 million net worth. I don't know how I'm going to get there. I don't need to know, but I know that I can get there. And the reality is, all of you have something inside of you that tells you you can't do that. You're never going to get there. That's BS. You have to have at least the vision. Get yourselves in that mindset of, no, I want this bigger life. Because if you don't unleash the real passion and purpose in your life, in your body, and who you are, you're actually doing a disservice for your family and your friends and the people out there that you can help. So millionaires know their net worth. Next slide, please. This is the part where I'm going to talk a little bit about the different leverage vehicles that I have. So I have to do a little disclaimer here because we are live. This is an EXP revenue share disclaimer. I am with EXP Realty. I've been with them for 4.5 years. And so I'm going to show you the back end of what our different streams of income are. For me, I have 7 different ones. So next slide, please. I just had to do that to be in compliance. So I went from one stream of income, burnt out real estate agent, making $700,000 net, to now a multifaceted business owner with 7 streams of income that will earn probably a $3 million net every single year and growing. So the first stream of income I want to talk about, next slide, please, is our team net cash flow. So most team leaders that I meet with, they actually don't make a lot of money because they're the ones in the business. So they're the top agent in their business, or B, they let the agents take way too much of their business, 70% of their business. What person do you know on this earth that would ever have somebody come to their team or to come to their company and say, hey, I want 70% of your business. You get 30, I get 70. Are you kidding me? Like 50-50 is fair. Hey, come work with me. Take half my business. Like that's fair. So my agents know that we net $2,200 a transaction. We're going to sell 1,000 homes this year. This slide is a little bit old. It'll be a $2.2 million net. But the reality is I'm taking all the risk and I'm helping them make money. So we are now a leveraged business that is a per transaction business. So we make less, but we sell more homes. So teams can be very profitable if done well. Next slide, please. Stocks. I encourage all of you, when I moved to North Carolina, and I'm talking really fast because I literally have like a few more minutes. I invested 10% of every check that I make into our stock account. It's been 15 years. That has over $800,000 in it. 10% of your income. You make $150,000, 10%, sock it away. The stock market goes up and down, but I've set it and forget it, right? And so that has grown. And my father-in-law taught me this, and he said, please, guys, just save your money and this will grow. So that is your first point of leverage. Next slide, please. Stocks gifted from my firm. There are so many different firms that you can work for today. For ours, just for doing my job, what I pay into the firm, I actually get back. So in the 4.5 years that I've been here, I got paid $700,000 for doing my job. I've pulled out some of that money. I've bought rental properties with it. So for me, that was great. It's not for everyone. Next slide, please. But that is a second vehicle of leverage. Investing in what you sell. This is so important, guys. We are servicing our community and we are not doing what we advise our clients to do. So in the last 6 years, we have purchased 12 rentals. I know the interest rates are high right now, but when I look back at the homes that I bought when I first started selling real estate, we were at 9%. In 2001, I got my real estate license. I bought my first house at 9%. And yes, homes were cheaper then and people weren't paid as much, but it's all apples to apples, right? Homes are more expensive now, people make more. The reality is buy real estate and wait. So in the last 5 years, our 12 rental properties literally are $4 million in rental assets that are just going to keep growing. And so I put my 20-30% down and I have somebody else paying off my retirement plan. Now those 12 properties make us $4,000 a month in passive income. So think about that. It is not going to retire you. Buying rental properties is a great long-term investment plan for later, but do it and you will be happy that you did. And we just purchased our first home on Dawtaw Island here in South Carolina. So very, very excited. Airbnb investments. We took one of those properties, we turned it into an Airbnb. My payment was $1,300. We cash flow $3,700 a month on that. So if you guys have rental properties, think about switching them to Airbnbs. Next slide. Revenue share. This is just for the people that love to coach. Anna, who I met several years ago now, Anna was an agent at Century 21, and she was the got a minute girl. Every time an agent stopped by her office, they'd be like, Anna, you got a minute? And she's like, sure, how can I help you? We're coaching each other anyway. I just happen to get paid for it at my company. So in the 4 years that I've been here, I make about 50, 60 grand a month right now at EXP because I love doing this. I get paid to be here today and teach others how to grow their business. It's not for everyone. It may not be for you, but if you have the heart of a teacher and you know you can teach other people things, it's a fantastic program. Next slide, please. Syndication and investment groups. You can actually put $10,000 to $50,000 down and buy 300 apartment units with a group of investors. Set it and forget it. I invested $250,000 and in the last 5 years, and you'll get double your money back plus a 10 to 15, 20% return on some of these. So just think about that for later on. Next slide. Our referral network, whether you're at Century 21, Remax, Keller Williams, wherever you are, there is a way to get more referrals. And so we made $300,000 last year just by making new relationships at a newer company. And I have 90,000 agents to tap in globally. So make sure you are tapping into that referral network. It's so important. Next slide. Affiliate agreements. This is one that's really fun. So if you are on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, if I say, hey, go buy a dialer, Red X or Espresso Agent, that company's paying me now mailbox money just to say Red X and Espresso Agent. So think about all the brands that you like. If you actually have a great following and you can, help people basically bring them to different products, they will pay you. And it's really fantastic. So I want you to think about, what company do I love? Call that company and see if they'll give you affiliate agreement. That way, when you talk about that company, you get a little check in the mail. It's really fun. Next thing, title companies. For anybody on here who runs a team or has a company, if you're doing more than 75, 100 transactions per year, you could potentially own a title company. So now we tapped into that last year. It's another $15,000 a month revenue source. Next slide, please. Okay, so guys, we're at 11 streams of income and counting. This is the way to leverage. So I want you guys to think about your lives, think about starting small, and remember that this took me 15 years, but it can take you 5 if you really set up the systems right. So love you all. I know I'm 2 minutes past my time. I know I talked fast, but I hope that was inspiring to know that I literally moved to North Carolina broke, and now we've built a great life. But success takes time. So give yourselves a 10-year vision, and this could absolutely be part of your reality. So that's it, Anna. That's all I got.